Today I'm going to show you how to apply lashes. The first step in this is applying a top base. So you can see here that I'm working on a cutout of an eye, and I'm going to start by just applying some kind of thick globs of clay to start getting a base for the lashes. I really love top lashes on eyes, so I'm going to focus there and start to get a good base going before I try to add shape. The second step is I'm going to try to add some weight to it. So once I kind of like where the lashes are placed, I'm going to start adding some weight and trying to pull those up and out. You'll notice that I'm not trying to do individual lashes. That's incredibly difficult with ceramic clay. In this next step, I'm going to try to add more onto the bottom and refine. So the bottom lashes are generally a little bit smaller, and that works to my advantage when I'm working with ceramic clay. I'm going to continue to add to the top and just try to get a cool sort of volume and a little bit of motion and attention into them. So I just keep kind of manipulating with my fingers. I need it to be thin enough to replicate lashes, but not so thin that it cracks and breaks. So I want to kind of just keep maneuvering and keep figuring out how to make it look just right. So you see me continue to start to frame out what I want those lashes to look like. And then the last step is I'm just going to add some texture. I need to actually make these look and feel like they are individual lashes, even though when you kind of see lashes on someone's eyes from a distance, they look more like a mass. You can still see some of those individual lashes, so I'm going to try to replicate that. So now that I'm done, you can see sort of the final position of these. They look pretty chunky compared to actual lashes. But as you can see in this close-up, I really like how they have some movement and texture to them. I think they're going to hold glaze really, really nicely. And I like that the top ones are kind of have their own personality to them. They aren't necessarily meant to exactly replicate what eyelashes look like, and so I like that they have a little texture and funk to them. And here's the final piece. You can see how the glaze held really nicely onto those lashes. There was enough of a surface for it to grip and give some real cool texture, but it wasn't so heavy that they cracked. You can see above I did get a little bit of cracking in other places, but the lashes held up great, and there is space behind them, so they actually replicate what you might think of when you think of real lashes on an eye. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you get to make some rad lashes on your own pieces.